Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2, and in today's episode, we are going to be working a little bit on our power gen, hopefully setting up some new farms. I've done a little bit of work between episodes. We now have a field of 10-10-10 Ferranium, which will basically drop iron nuggets. So it's a good source of iron, nothing too massive, but it grows fast enough that we can get that going, and we can harvest it every now and again, and get enough iron to, it adds up. It adds up over time. It'll give us a steady supply, and I don't have to go into the nether to go searching for stuff, which is always good. But I think what I want to do is I want to work towards upgrading our power. Now, right now we're running on these culinary generators, and they generate more power depending on the meal that you put in there. So, for example, right now we've got toast in there, which generates 28 RF per tick, and that's 2 hunger bars, 2 hunger ticks that would normally fill up. If I put in there instead, for example, a leafy fish sandwich, or a fish sandwich, that's going to be a lot more RF per tick, I believe. Now, we do need some stuff for that. I'm going to need a juicer, and I'm going to need either an egg or some tofu. Tofu you can get from soybeans, and it turns out, I didn't know this, but you can actually do AgriCraft for Pam's Harvestcraft seeds. So if I make this field soybeans, we can get 10-10-10 soybeans and basically be set on soybeans forever. So there's a few things that I'm going to need. I'm going to need a good source of fish. So I want to make this fisher right here. And I'm going to need iron bars, a redstone reception coil, and some of this kind of stuff. So let me get everything together for this, and I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, I am back. So I've got everything I need for the machine frame, except for one very important thing, and that is this, plastic. You get plastic by means of rubber trees, and luckily I happened to get one lone rubber tree seed from sifting through, I believe it was dirt or gravel, probably dirt. But now I need my bone meal, which I apparently can't find. So what we're going to do is we are going to grow ourselves a rubber tree. And I need a little bit of dirt. I'll just put it like right here. And we're just going to plant the rubber tree and grow it because we need this rubber like right now. I also really want to make sure that I get rubber saplings from it. So let's see if I can find myself my crook. Ooh, my crook is almost gone. That is rather unfortunate. I'll go ahead and make another one. There we go. And let's just harvest this. Hopefully we will get another rubber sapling, or 2, or 3, or 4, or I don't know. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of them, though. Because if we don't get any, we could be in a really tough spot. There's one, at least. Can we get another? Pretty please. Cross your fingers for another rubber sapling? No? No? You're not going to give me another one, are you? Whew. Okay. Well. Oh, I need a better axe to harvest that. Okay. Well, you know what? This axe has served us well. I think it's time that we gave it a little bit of an upgrade. So let's repair it. And then let's go. What is bronze? Or actually, do I have any alumite left? I might. Let me just look. I gotta have alumite somewhere. Ah, there we go. Alright, I'm going to make an alumite axe head, and that should most certainly work out for this. Let's see, and I'm pretty much out of iron. I've got a little bit of gold in there. Where is my axe head? There we go. Let's just put that down right here. We'll put the gear thing away. I forgot to mention, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, in Agrarian Skies 2, you have to use the gear cast to make gears. You can't use just the traditional recipes. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're ever looking at playing this mod pack for yourself. I have a little bit more dirt that I can spread to the fields over here. There we go. And we got a bunch of other stuff going on as well. So, all right, guys, I'm going to, well, let's check. Let's check and see. Is this done yet? Is this done? Pretty much. It's basically done. There we go. Alamite. Axe head. Ta-da! We now have an Alamite axe head, which means if we go to the tool station, go to here, and do... What am I doing? Let's come here. There we go. There. Now, this should be able... Ooh, much better durability, too. Now we should be able to chop down this tree, because Alamite is better than bronze. And you'll notice that each of these drops for us 1 raw rubber, which is, admittedly, not a huge amount, but it's something at least. So, let me get some of this rubber gathered, let me chop down a few more rubber trees, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, I am back. So, I've got 10 raw rubber. That should be enough for what we need here, I think. So we'll just start cooking that up and turning it into rubber bars. And as that's turning into rubber bars, once it's done with that, we can smelt it again, and it will turn into raw plastic. So, I'm going to get that done, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, I am back. So, we've got the raw plastic. We can now turn that into plastic sheets. And now... what am I missing? Oh, I need a couple of buckets. Okay. There we go. Let's go 1. And there we go. Okay. Now we should be able to make this. It's like that. Those go there. That goes there. And there we go. We now have a fisher. And there is actually a quest for the fisher, which gets us an item that we have absolutely no use for whatsoever, which is too bad. But we'll toss the full heart into the void. I don't need it. I'm sorry. I don't need it. So let's take a look at this. Okay. So we've got a little... Ooh. Good thing there wasn't a hole underneath the world there, because this pick is a beast. So, fishing. Let's just kind of set it up like right here, I'm thinking. And we're going to need a little spot for it. We're going to need a little... Just a little area. And I think we'll go ahead and make it an infinite water source. So I'm going to come over here. This is a new addition, by the way, this brick well. This will basically, it's an infinite water source all in one block, rather than having the 2x2 that we've got pretty much everywhere else. So I'm going to put that down. And I better get myself a little bit of cobble here. You know what? Let's just go over here and grab ourselves a stack. That should do the trick. And we'll just make a few slabs. And then I'm going to have to be very careful. We're just going to do that. Like so. And there we go. Let's come up for air. Okay. So, there's that. And then I need to bring this down a little bit. Like this. And actually, let's go ahead and bring it down again. Let me go up for air. There we go. So we've got it coming down one more time. And that should do it. Woo! Ooh, that was a close one, guys. That was a close one. Whew. Oh, man, that would have been disastrous. That would have been the first death right there. And that is not particularly how I want to go out. No siree. So, we'll put that down. And then I'll drop it down like that. That way we got a nice double layer just in case I need to mix things up a little bit. And let's turn that into an infinite water source. One thing I don't like about this brick well is that when you use the bucket on it, the bucket gets transferred into your inventory instead of staying in your hotbar, which is just a little bit annoying. But I guess there are worse things. So let's put you here. This is our fisher. And then we need... where are they? We need 2 of those. And then I need an inventory of some kind, such as a chest. And now I believe I've got everything hooked up properly so that when we do this, there we go, that's filling up. I'm not sure exactly how much RF that thing's going to use. Hopefully not a huge amount. It does seem to be refilling, the generator, I should say. So I think we're good. And it's not spitting anything out. Let's check this quest one more time. Place it directly over water, apply power. Oh, the chest has to go on top. Okay. That's easy. No wonder it wasn't working. So chest goes there, you can go down here. And now this should work, I think. We're gonna find out. No. Not working. Okay, you know what? I don't like this anyway. We're gonna move it. I'll put it right here. That's still directly over water. We put the chest on top like that. And I'm gonna run these here instead. And then maybe I'll just let it run for a while. Also, I need the crescent hammer. There we go. So it's tin and iron. Now that we're finally getting into machines a little bit, I need a way to kind of manipulate them. So let's go ahead and make the crescent hammer. And let's just... Oh, wrong button. Let's put that there. And it's got to be good. That's got to be right. This is to turn it. So maybe I'm just having bad luck. Maybe it doesn't grab something every time it depletes all the way. Which is a little disappointing, I must say. I was really hoping that every time it finished, it would spit something into the chest. Because it is over water, right? Put it directly over water, apply power, put some item collection device like a chest on top, and come back later. Okay, well, that should work, and we should be getting fish. I don't know why we're not. Maybe I'm just not patient enough. I don't know. But we'll come back to that. The other thing that really needs to get done is I am desperately in need of a good source of wood. Because I hate to say it, this stone chopper, not really cutting it. See what I did there? That was a bad pun. So I want to also get a little bit of a tree farm set up. And we are going to definitely need some more dirt for that. So why don't we go ahead and harvest all the wheat, and then I'll turn the wheat into dirt by sticking it in the barrels and letting it kind of compost. And once I have enough dirt, I'll come back to you. All right, guys, I am back, and I've got 20 pieces of dirt. That should be enough. Now what I need to do is find a spot to actually put our tree farm, and I'm kind of thinking like right here, and we'll kind of just grow it out in the other direction. So let's come into here. This is still taking its time. So let's go ahead and just make... Actually, let's do this. Let's just make a whole bunch of slabs. And that should be a pretty good start, I think. And we'll just start from here and kind of work our way out. So I'm going to go down to this level. And I just want to give enough clearance that we're kind of clear of all that stuff over there. So let's go maybe about there. That looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to build this over. And let's go actually from this side so I don't accidentally derp up and just like back off the edge, because that's totally something that I would do. And then I would be sad. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now here we'll go like this, I think. And then I think what I'm going to do is build this for a ways. Let's see. So we've got 20 pieces of dirt. So we're going to need, if we go like rows of 5, maybe we go 4 rows of 5. Is that good? Yeah, I think that'll do. So let's go 1. Let's see. We put first tree here, and then we'll count 1, 2, 3. That'll be a tree. 1, 2, 3. That'll be a tree. 1, 2, 3. Tree. 1, 2, 3. Tree. And 1 more. And then what we can do is go here. 1, 2, 3. Tree. 1, 2, 3. Tree. 1, 2, 3. Tree. 1, 2, 3. Tree. And ultimately, I want to have 5 rows of 5. In fact, I've got a little bit more dirt that's over there cooking up right now. So let's go and start building up this platform that goes underneath. And it looks ugly, but it will get the trick done. And then I'll have to make sure that this is all lit up and all that kind of good stuff, which is fine. I can do that. And just to get our spacing, let's see, we're going to want 3 on this side as well. So 1, 2, like that. And then starting here, we'll go 1, 2, 3, tree. 1, 2, 3, tree. And that should be right. So then we go 1, 2, 3, just to be sure. And let me just double check this. 1, 2, 3, tree. 1, 2, 3, tree. And 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. So we're going to have 5 rows of 5. This is going to take me a while to fill in, guys. Let me get that done, and then I'll come back to you. All right, guys, I am back, and I am just filling in the final bits of the tree farm. There we go. So that is all good to go. Now, I do want to put some steps leading up to this place. So what we're going to do is just half slabs, just like that. There we go. And then we can move up and down nice and easily. Now, that is all a spawnable area, and that's not good. So we are definitely going to have to torch that area up. Go away. The question is, I'm not entirely sure. I've got some torches. I hope that's going to be enough torches. Come to think of it, it's actually going to be relatively close. What in the world? That was a little weird. I don't know what happened there. Let's go ahead and make some more torches. There. That should be enough. Also, our fish farm, I moved it. It hadn't done anything at all. It was completely not working. And now it is still completely not working. So, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I'll probably check up on it between episodes and see if I did something wrong or what the deal is. But that is definitely not working as intended. So, to finish off the platform, let me just go ahead and torch it up, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, I am back, and I have the wheat field going over there, but I do want to at least kind of sort of automate it a little bit. So, what I'm going to do is actually make a huge amount of these stone choppers. Like, as many of them as I can. Which actually is a relatively large amount, not sticks. Altogether, I want 25 of these things, although I think I am going to use the one that's already kind of sitting right over there. I think I am going to include that one in the 25, and then this whole thing will basically just be our little tree farm area thing. So, it is going to take me a while to make all of these, so bear with me just a little bit, guys, and then I'll come back to you. Alright, guys, I am back, and I think I've got everything. So, we've got our hatchets over here. These are going to go into the stone choppers. We got our stone choppers themselves. I am going to need a whole bunch of coal. And let's start putting these down. And we're just going to put one right next to every tree. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like this, all the way down. Then I'll fill them up with the axes and the coal. And then I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I am back, and I'm just putting in the final hatchets. And there we go. We now have 25 stone choppers, 25 saplings that grow, and 25 flint hatchets in each of them. So, yeah, good stuff. I will want to automate this a bit more with, item conduits and stuff like that. And ultimately, I'm honestly going to want to go with an MFR harvester, because that'll just be way better overall. But I need a good supply of wood to get to that point, because I have to do all the agricraft to get all those soybeans and all that other kind of stuff, and that actually takes a surprisingly large amount of wood, because of all the sticks you need for the crops, the crop things, or whatever they are. These things, crop sticks. I need a ton of wood for that. So, this should put us well on our way, but that is going to do it for me, guys, because I am definitely out of time for this episode. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.